Hey guys, it's Andrew and Anthony, and we are here at Crown and Anchor in the wild, and today we're going to be playing some video poker. We're going to start by doing one of our most important activities, which would be drinking a beer, because in Vegas you have to be masked unless you actually have a beer in front of you at the bar. So now
we're legal now.
Yeah, now we're legal.
We're legal now. Don't tell anybody it's 9 in the morning right now.
That's right. Because in Vegas it can be whatever time you want it to be, right? As long as the doors were shut.
Exactly. All right, so what we're going to try to do here is we're going to play some bar video poker, I think, to start. Andrew fancies himself a gambler. We're going to take a look at him and see how he plays. I'm here to comment. And
I do fancy myself as a gambler, but I know that not compared to Hall of Famer Anthony Curtis. So for me, this is a really fun opportunity to be able to get my kind of mindset out on the table and let Anthony tell me if it's a good mindset or if I'm totally messing up.
Yeah, there's a couple points I want to make here, Andrew. It's like, you know, we're playing in a bar, and in the bars in Las Vegas, the video poker schedules are not necessarily schedules that you can beat. In fact, most of the time they're not. So we're playing here for entertainment. We're playing here because we want to play. We're having a good time. There's actually a little bit of an advantage play here. It has to do with how much you play based on getting comp drinks. You know, that's one of the coolest things in Vegas. So there is a value in playing at bars, but I just want to make it clear that, like other internet things you see where people play money and look how much I won or whatever, we're not here to win money. We're here to lose as little as possible while we have some drinks and have a good time.
That's right.
Okay.
I think that's very important too, because you know people come and they want to win that big hit.
Well, sure. Everyone's playing to win. Look, there's no doubt. We want to win. We don't want to walk out of here losing. But the main thing is we want to make sure that we play this as properly close to perfect strategy as we possibly can. We're not computers, but we can play pretty close to computer perfect, which means we're going to be at about maybe a 3% disadvantage to the casino or the bar in this case as we play.
Okay.
All right. Step number one, before we do anything, player's card.
Right.
All right. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you want to use your player's card. I've heard a million things. People saying you don't want to use a player's card because they can track you. Well, yeah, you want them to track you. You lose more with the player's card. No, it has nothing to do with it. They'll market to you too much. Good, that's what you want. You want them to send you things. I cannot think of one reason in the world not to put a player's card in when you play anywhere.
All right, so here we go. We're going to get started. We're going to play some video poker. We got $100 in the game. We're going to. What?
Okay, yeah, I just say you can toggle it. You know, so people can see it'll either show you credits or you can show that it's dollars. All right, so we're going to be playing 25 cents. We're not going to be playing $1. Why are we playing 25 cents? Because, as I said already, this is a game where we do not have an edge. Now, we have to decide what we're going to play here. I mean, what would you choose? What's your favorite game? What do you like to play?
I like double-double because I always try to get the 4 aces.
Yeah, guess what? That's what everybody likes. Yeah. Everybody likes double-double in case maybe there's triple-double.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's fun. Because
4 aces.
Because there's action. You can get something big that'll change, not your life, but maybe your day or maybe your week. All right? Here's the problem, though. A double-double game or a triple-double game, or basically all of these have different return percentages, and those games that people like to play the most usually, not always, but usually have the lowest return.
Okay.
So what you want to do is, once you're a person who's familiarized yourself with pay tables, you want to look through these different games, and you can tell real quickly by the pay table how much they return. All right, now I've already looked at this, so I'm not going to, go through each one of them. The best game here is bonus poker.
Okay.
All right. This game right here returns 96.87% if you play it perfectly. So it means we're giving up a little over 3% when we play. Whereas some of the other games on here can run anywhere from 4% to, in the case of Keno, maybe 11 or 12%.
Okay.
All right. So this is why we choose this game. Some people go, it's boring. Well, I don't know. Losing a lot of money is boring to me. So,
right.
To me, the idea is we lose as little as we can, and so this is a game that we're going to choose.
That's right. So we want to lose as little as we can, but we also want to have some fun and
talk
and drink some beers and I think as long as you're in the game, you're having fun, but you want to have the best strategy as possible. On this first hand, I believe that I'm supposed to pick the low pair, which is the nines, over the king.
Well, first of all, you've already made a mistake.
I did. Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to show you what that mistake is in 1 second.
Okay.
But yes, what we're going to do is each time we've already chosen our game.
Oh.
There's 2 ways to win at video poker or lose less. One is to play the best game. 2 is to play the hands as perfectly as possible.
Okay.
So we're going to talk a lot about how the hands are being played. And yes, this is correct. You play the pair of nines. So go ahead, play it off.
All right. Play the pair of nines.
Okay. Now here's where you made your mistake. Right here is a speed button. All right. You're playing at medium speed. We're playing a game that the casino has the edge. We cannot beat it no matter what. So why are you playing so fast?
You're right. I'll slow it down a little bit because now,
dial it down.
That's a good tip.
It's all about losing less.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
As I see the bar manager over there cringing, but I mean, really, this is the reality. Right. It's all about if you have an edge, you play as fast as you can. If they have the edge, you play as slow as you can.
That's right.
All right. And now you don't want to come in and chintz the bar.
Right.
You don't want to sit around and play one hand and have a drink and sit for 5 minutes. You want to give them action. You want to play, but you don't have to play on fast speed.
That's a really good tip because I think pacing in gambling is important. I know for me, certainly when I'm losing, I tend to go, now I gotta get it back, and so I think pacing is certainly something to really talk about. And
it's a good way to keep you off a tilt.
Yeah.
I mean, when this thing's going fast, let's just for fun, let's show them what fast is. All right. So here's on fast speed.
Okay.
All right. Boom. Look at that thing go. All right.
Yep.
All right. So we keep our hand, but look at it go. Double up. We'll talk about that later. All right, here there's we don't keep anything, but I'm just showing you this for speed. All right, so what we do is we dial it down to a slower speed. There we go.
And
see, this is a lot more reasonable.
This will be less hands per hour that we play, but and that will give us a little bit of an advantage.
Well, it doesn't give us an advantage, but what it does is it keeps us out of harm's way.
Right.
All right. It keeps us out of harm's way of playing too fast.
Okay. So it keeps us from just blasting through.
Gambling games win money from you according to a couple of things. One is the house edge. 2 is speed, and that's why video games can be very damaging to you because they go so quickly. As opposed to playing. All right. If you're playing poker in a casino, how many hands are you going to get in an hour? 30, 35, or whatever. Here, you can literally get 500, 600, 700 hands an hour if you're playing at top speed. Some guys can do way more than that, believe it or not.
Wow.
So,
is there like a person who's known to be like the fastest poker player? Like he can get through the most hands faster?
There is. Yeah. And we've actually got a video up of him on LasVegasAdvisor.com.
Oh, cool.
His name is Antonius. And I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think he was playing over 2,000 hands an hour.
Wow.
2,000 hands an hour without making an error.
Wow.
And he was actually clocked, and it became some sort of, Guinness World Record or whatever it happened to be. But he is, so far as I know, the fastest clocked. He was clocked by Michael Shackelford, who has the Wizard of Odds website.
Yeah.
A very well-respected guy, so we know that this was a real deal.
Wow.
But we don't want to do that. We don't want to play 2,000 hands an hour.
That's
we want to play 200 hands an hour.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. We'll play 200 hands an hour. Let's continue on and see what we got here. Now, this is really no choice at all. It's just the low pair you take over the jack and the king.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Let's not bore the audience.
Okay. There we go. We got, and on this game, in double-double, you only get 5 for a 2 pair, but on this game, you get 10. So.
Well, this is the important thing here. Is in this game, the reason we're playing bonus poker is because of the pay on the 2 pair.
Okay.
It pays 2 coins. And if you're talking about something like double-double, the 2 pair pays only 1. You get a 2 pair extremely often. So you're giving up a coin every time, or 5 coins if you're playing loaded.
Right. Every time you hit a 2 pair.
And that's another thing. I didn't bring this up. You want to play with 5 coins loaded. Now,
Always.
If it takes 10 coins, then you don't need to do that. But 5 coins at least, because that gives you a chance to hit the royal flush for the. You can see here it's non-symmetrical. It goes 250, 500, 750, 1,000. Instead of going to 1,250 next, it goes to 4,000. So again, we can get into this in another video. What all of this means: symmetrical pay tables and non-symmetrical and so forth. But for right now, you want to play 5 coins, and you want to play at a leisurely pace.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. Back to the hands. Now, this is an interesting one because I have 3 to a straight if I want. but I think you pick the jacks because it's a definite win.
High pairs are very powerful. It takes a lot for you not to keep a high pair. You'd have to have something really, really strong, like 4 to a straight flush, that sort of thing. You're almost always going to keep the high pair. You even keep the high pair over 3 to a royal. A lot of people don't understand that. But, Yep. So the high pair is the easy keep right there.
Okay. Easy keep. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, we got 3 of a kind.
3 of a kind. That's good.
Okay.
Nice 3 of a kind, by the way.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Good way to start off. On this one, I think you just hold the ace high.
Ace alone.
Ace alone. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Not much. We keep going. Now, on this one, I would hold...
There's actually a decision here.
Yeah, there is a decision here. I think, because in my mind, I'm thinking I have the queen and the 10 to go for the royal, but 2 to a royal I know is not the greatest odds.
There are certain things you keep with the 10. Basically, you keep a queen and a 10 and a jack and a 10.
Okay.
In most, again, all different games have different strategies. There's going to be some people out there going, "That's not true if you're playing," and they're right probably if they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But in this particular game that we're playing, the queen 10 is the proper hold.
Okay.
And again, what we're doing on every occasion is doing the absolute best we can do. Doesn't mean it gives us an edge. Doesn't mean we have an advantage in this hand. It means that we will lose the least, or win the most by following, these rules.
Over time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we can get something good here. Nope. And now on this one, this is an interesting one to me because there's a part of me that wants to hold the 10 ace suited because the ace is...
You're a maniac. That's right. That's
well, the ace is good, right? And then, but I have 2 10s, which isn't a winner, but
the low pairs are a lot stronger than people give them credit for. A lot of people, the mistakes they make when they play is they undervalue the low pair. And so the low pair is better than a high card or 2 high cards or anything like that. The proper play here is to keep the 2 10s.
Okay, so the proper play is to keep the 2 10s over the ace 10 suited.
The ace 10 would be maybe the third best decision.
Okay.
The ace alone, if you weren't going to keep the low pair, you would keep the ace alone. You wouldn't pair the ace with the 10, but the pair of 10s. Now, do we expect people to remember all of this? No. What we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to look at specific hands here and there and go, here's an interesting one, here's an interesting one. You have to learn these strategies. And the way you do it is with various things, with learning tools and things, which we are going to talk about now and in the future. But for now, we're not expecting the audience to remember all of these rules. We're just showing you that there is a proper way to play every hand.
Got it. Okay, so the proper play is the low pair over the ace, over the jack or better. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Here's one. This is ace, king, jack, all different suits. So would I hold all 3?
No. Here's the rule here. Basically, these are rule of thumb for the most part. You usually keep up to 2 high cards. All right. If you have 3, you keep 2, and you keep the lowest 2. The reason you keep the lowest 2 is there are more ways to make straights by keeping the lower 2. So in this case, the king and jack is the proper play. You don't even worry about the ace. That's it.
Let's see what we got. Hey, and we got a hit. Now, we were talking about the double up feature. Is that a good idea, not a good idea? Is that...
It's okay.
Yeah.
If you want more variance in your game, meaning that you want a little bit more action, then you can go ahead and double it up. There's no advantage for the house if you hit the yes button on the double up.
Okay.
So it's kind of up to you. I don't do it because I do it sometimes. If I'm frisky and I want to fool around a little bit, I'll do it. But right now, for our purposes, we're gonna go
pass on the double up. Okay.
It's interesting to look now. We've played about 10, 15 hands or so. And what are we down? We're down, $3.75.
Right.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, and we're also down about a quarter of a beer.
Right.
So
exactly.
So we're working on that. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back. Cheers.